come into the game, I clock the hustle. That's how I manage I'm not a YouTuber.
Because
No, neither the fuck am I.
a lot of people try to label you as that. You know what I'm
because
saying?
they have low IQ. Like humans try to put people into boxes, and since I don't fit into any box, they try to keep me in one area or another. I'm all things. I'm an entrepreneur first. I'm a venture capitalist. I'm an influencer. I make Instagram posts. I'm a boxer. I'm a CEO, founder of Most Valuable Promotions.
Right.
I'm all of these things. I'm a man of Jesus. Like the list goes on. But
basically-
they just want to say, "Oh, YouTuber."
I know we were trying to be politically correct, but it took it like a kind of an insult. Like, I'm not no YouTuber. And
Oh no, I don't take it as an insult
what I was
because
asking.
YouTubers make more money than boxers.
Okay.
So the fuck, I don't take it as an insult. I just think people are daft, as the Brits would say. So, it is what it is. But like YouTubers run the world. Look at Speed. Look at Mr. Beast.
Right.
Ask all these, parents and old people over here who their kids want to meet. It's fucking YouTubers. We are the new modern day A-list celebrities.
think you're going to knock them out.
I know it. Yeah, it's already written
Where?
in the history books, brother. It's destiny.
In yours, not mine.
No, it is.
Not
You'll
mine.
see. I don't need to go into detail, brother.
That doesn't
but
cross my mind.
It's already written.
It doesn't cross my mind.
I'm certain
at
of
all.
it.
It doesn't cross
I'm
my
certain
mind.
of
at
it.
all.
There's only one God, and God wrote it, so
It doesn't cross my mind.
it's in your book too, whether you like it or not.
We'll see.
The
We'll
final
see.
chapter.
So let me say this right now, okay? This fight between Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua, regardless of whether people want to admit this or not, is a lot more riskier than what we anticipated. Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul sounds like a complete mismatch. But boxing has a very funny way of humbling people. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Shiraz. Welcome to Duality 7X. And welcome to this channel where we break down all the latest and trending stories from the world of MMA, UFC, WWE, and the wild, wild world of boxing. So no fake hype, no clickbait, just real fight talk, guys. I want to bring you the juice, and I've got more than the juice. I've got smoke, and I've got a lot of it, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. Friday night, we're only four nights. 4 nights away from history. History in the making when it comes to the world of combat sports, especially when it comes to boxing. Friday night at the Casilla Center in Miami, Jake, the problem child, Paul, will step into the ring with the massive, massive amount of pressure. But do you think that's going to stop Jake Paul when he steps up, when he faces the former two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, AJ Anthony Joshua? Guys, this is unbelievable. Just 4 nights away, guys. I'm not hearing about any cancellations. I'm not hearing any... there was that whole little rumor thing that was kind of going around about Jake being injured. And so Jake was injured, actually. You know what? When it comes to sparring, these guys always get injured. But he was sporting a nice kind of shiner underneath his right eye. But those are the wounds of war, my friend. Those are the wounds of war. So guys, let's get into this, because there's way more to this fight than AJ knocks him out. There is, because there's a possibility that Jake could shock the world. You know, as Muhammad Ali said, I shook up the world, I shook up the world. Will Jake be saying those same words come Friday night at the Casilla Center in Miami? Well, it's going to be streaming on Netflix worldwide, guys. This alone tells you everything you need to know. If you were sleeping under a rock for the last 15 years, and you wake up to hearing Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua in a professionally sanctioned bout. Wow. A lot of people would never believe this. Anthony Joshua stepping in with the real Jake Paul, a guy with just 13 professional fights, and Eddie Hearn is already out there saying that AJ finishes him in 1 or 2 rounds and it walks out the hottest property in boxing. And look, there's a strong chance that AJ wins this fight. But should doesn't always matter in boxing. Because I'm going to tell you why. Because there's been instances in the past where some underdogs defied everything, including gravity itself, and came back to pull some of the biggest upsets in the world of boxing. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot more at stake to this match than one can imagine. And let that just sink in for a second, because Anthony Joshua is making around close to $100 million for this fight. I apologize, guys. I apologize for misrepresenting the facts when I first came out with this video many weeks ago, and I titled it $50 million, baby. I apologize, because it's a lot more than $50 million. I mean, come on. You know, show me the money and you'll have a lineup of some of the top pros in the world lining up to take on the problem child. Money talks, guys. Money talks. That's basically the amount of money that AJ is going to be making. You know, it's the same money he's expected to make fighting Tyson Fury. And that, I believe, could be locked in for 2026, probably sometime around fall. It's a fight that everybody wants to watch. It's a fight that everybody wants to see. Tyson Fury coming out of retirement and taking on AJ. That's going to be an unbelievable match, guys. But why are we looking so far ahead into the following year when we need to focus on what's happening this Friday, only 4 nights away? If Joshua comes out looking flat, if he starts to struggle, if he lets this go longer than expected, social media is going to be absolutely unkind to the former 2-time unified champion of the world. Social media is going to come out hitting below the belt, and they can be ruthless, guys. Social media can be ruthless, and that pressure is effing real. All right, look, why people are underestimating the risk, I don't know, right? The uncomfortable truth is there's a strong possibility that the former champion of the world could get hurt in this fight, okay? All it takes is one fight. All it takes is one punch. Just ask Andy Ruiz. Enter Andy Ruiz. Heavyweight boxer. Andy dropped AJ 4 times. 4 times, guys. All right. Daniel Dubois, young protege from the UK. I mean, this guy's got a lot of big matches ahead of him. You know, former champion of the world. Daniel Dubois dropped at AJ 4 times as well. Yeah. So the idea that Jake Paul doesn't belong in the ring, you can throw that right out of the ring, guys. You can basically stick that, where, because from a skill standpoint, okay, yeah, let's call a spade, guys. Jake Paul cannot match up to AJ yet in skill. All right? AJ has a lot of professional bouts, a lot more experience. He's a former Olympic gold medalist. I mean, he's gone into the ring with probably some of the toughest competitors ever to lace up the gloves and get into the ring. Guys like Fury, you know, Usyk. I mean, look, the idea that Jake Paul doesn't belong in the ring, I don't like hearing about this because he definitely does he definitely does belong in the ring. From a risk standpoint, guys, I mean, you have to understand, Jake's got nothing to lose. He's got everything to gain. You have to understand. Anthony's going to be walking off with $93 to $100 million to fight Jake Paul. Jake Paul's going to make a ton load of money as well, too, if not probably the same amount. If what I understand, I have to double check that, but believe me, he's making a ton of money. But for Jake Paul, this is unbelievable. All he has to do is hang with AJ. You know, some of the bookies will come out and say, look, all Jake has to do is just, rather than going towards Anthony Joshua, he needs to be backpedaling, and if AJ comes towards him, he needs to move away from him and keep he needs to get Anthony to continue to come to him. This will kill off a little bit of time, and it'll give it'll give Jake the opportunity to set up defense and try to weather the storm. But I mean, this is not just like a little bit of rain, wind, and cloud. I mean, we're talking about more than thunderstorms. We're talking about tornado twisters, hurricanes that are going to be coming at him. So when we're talking about weathering the storm, he's going to have to learn how to weather the storm. He is going to be taking some wild shots. And if you don't believe me, look at the size of Francis Ngannou and look what happened to Francis Ngannou. Look, I'll talk about Francis actually. I don't want to get ahead of myself. But guys, the whole notion, the idea of people saying Jake doesn't belong in the ring, they could, themselves, because that's BS. Jake does deserve to be in the ring. Like him or hate him, guys, hey, he's fought. He has 13 professional fights. And yeah, you can go down that rabbit hole, that conspiracy rabbit hole, and you can talk about whether those fights were fixed or this or that. I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, Jake did what Jake said he was going to do. Okay? So, this isn't about Jake trying to knock AJ out. I mean, if he gets that lucky right hand shot, like Andy Ruiz was talking about, if he lands that overhead right, the famous Hasim Rahman punch that knocked out Lennox Lewis, I mean, things can change, man. Things can change pretty quick. All right? And, it really comes down to whether AJ looks flawless enough against somebody he's supposed to destroy. And this is what the media is saying, right? Jake's been training. He's been training feverishly, nonstop. Remember, he's kind of got the upper hand in this, guys, and a lot of people may argue with me on this point because Jake's been training since he was supposed to be in the ring with Gervonta Davis. Anthony just came out, of a long hiatus, kind of like a retirement, and then they took this fight on about maybe 6 weeks. 6 weeks to opening bell. That doesn't really give a person a lot of time to be able to train, to get in, proper conditioning. I mean, if AJ had to stay static in one place, yeah, I think AJ could do some damage. But that's not how it works, guys. This fight's happening in Miami. Anthony has to travel to many countries to promote this fight. So how much time, if he's traveling back and forth from the United States to UK to other places in the world, and then doing all these pressers and interviews and like, I mean, you tell me, when is he actually having time to prepare to fight? Okay? I don't think Jake is going to go in there to try to be a hero. I don't think he's going to go in there to look for an early knockout. I think he's going to try to box AJ. That could be a mistake. But what else are you supposed to do? Jake believes in himself. Anthony believes in himself. Both of these guys believe in themselves. And they're gonna lock horns come Friday in Miami. Somebody is gonna have the upper hand in that fight. Okay? Maybe it comes down to your movement. It's gonna come down to your footwork. It's gonna come down to your hand speed. It's gonna come down to staying on the outside and really weathering that storm very, very early, because now that, I mean, it's no secret, Eddie Hearn has already let the cat out of the bag. And I think we all knew this, that AJ is going to come to try to destroy Jake within the first few rounds. And he's going to try to come in there and just punish Jake really hard with all his boxing might and skills. So it'll be very interesting to see how Jake does and handles those 3-minute rounds. Remember, guys, there's 3 8-minute rounds. 3 8-minute rounds. And these guys are going to be wearing 10-ounce gloves. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, crazier things have happened before. I was talking earlier about Francis Ngannou versus, and you remember when Francis fought Tyson? Okay, Francis is an MMA fighter. He's an inexperienced boxer. Okay, huge underdog. But his size, his ferociousness in the octagon gave him the VIP access to share the same ring as Tyson Fury. And what does he do? He knocks Fury down. He took Tyson Fury to the limit. See, boxing doesn't care about your status, doesn't care about your credentials, doesn't care about your resume. It cares about the moments. What happens? What do you do? How do you seize that opportunity and turn it into something positive that people for generations to come will continue to talk about? That's what I call legacy. That's what I call history being redefined by that opportune moment. So look, let me throw this at you guys. If Jake Paul survives the first 3 rounds, we got to fight. We got to fight. If Joshua starts to look a little hesitant, because he's going to come out there like a lion in the beginning, and if he can't get the job done within the first 3 rounds, I'm telling you right now, the momentum is going to start to shift in Jake's favor. Jake is going to start to get a lot of confidence starting to, boil through his blood, through his veins, and he's going to start hulking out, guys, and all those Hulkamaniacs all around the world, and combat fans and boxing fans and all of that is going to come into play, and Jake is just going to go like problem child all over Anthony Joshua. That's his game plan. Okay? What Anthony Joshua's got to do is to be confident even if this fight goes past 3 rounds. It's okay. It's a boxing fight. Shit happens. There's nothing wrong with it. Forget social media. Forget those clowns in their monkey suits, and let them write all the articles they want till their face turns green and pale. Who cares? At the end of the day, it's not them that's in the ring. It's Anthony Joshua versus Jake Paul, and the only other person in the ring with them is the referee. At the end of the day, nothing else, no one else matters. AJ has just got to focus on his boxing, and he's got to treat this like another match. If he continues to think of this as more that he's got all this added pressure that he's got to get the job done within the first 2-3 rounds, then you know what? He's going to shoot himself in the foot. He's going to lose focus, and that's where problems start to creep up, and then that's where the cracks start to get exposed, and then chaos ensues. And the last thing AJ wants to be is uncomfortable. Okay? That alone can flip the narrative, guys. I mean, look, Jake's stock rises like you can't even imagine. AJ's fight against Fury gets more pressure. Boxing fans don't stop talking about it. I mean, AJ, if he loses, he'll live on to fight another day. But if he takes on a guy like Fury or anyone for that matter, and he loses, that's it. It's done. It's done. So Eddie Hearn has a lot of confidence, maybe a little too much, but that's Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn's the man. He knows his shit. He says Joshua's going to ice Jake Paul clinically within 1 or 2 rounds. That's confidence, guys. And you know what? It's also big expectation. Big expectation is dangerous. Never ever come out and guarantee or over promise, especially when it comes to the sport of boxing, because anything can happen in the ring, guys. All it takes is one lousy punch that you miss and your world changes forever. Because if AJ doesn't deliver now within the first 2 rounds, how is that going to make him look? His own promoter is talking about AJ, finishing the job within 1 or 2 rounds. So look, this is where I land on this whole situation. I think this fight is gonna. I don't think it's. I don't know if there's gonna be a knockdown. Sorry. I don't think there's gonna be a knockout. I think there's gonna be knockdowns, and I think this fight is gonna probably end by stoppage. Okay, look, this fight is way too risky. I haven't seen the likes of $100 million come my way. If somebody says, "Hey, I'm going to pay you $100 million. You need to get in the ring with like Mike Tyson or something." Oh my gosh, that would suck. But I got to do it for $100 million. Of course, I'm going to fight Mike Tyson. You guys would do the same. $100 million, guys. This fight is way too risky. I almost feel nervous watching it. Because crossover boxing is taking on boxing. And this is not necessarily all about Jake versus Anthony Joshua. This is crossover, hybrid style, influencer style boxing versus professional boxing. Guys who spent their entire careers just dedicating themselves to this one particular art and craft. So if influencer, hybrid, crossover style boxing wins and prevails Friday night, it changes the landscape of boxing like you can't even imagine. It changes everything. Everything. Everything changes. Everything is at risk here. AJ walks off with $100 million, but is that enough to be able to rebuild his reputation? Jake Paul, one thing about Jake is he's absolutely meticulous. His team, his camp, MVP Promotions, Nikisa, his brother Logan, all these guys, they're all masters at social media. They know how to sell. They know how to sell and hype up a fight. They know what to do when things go rough. Okay, AJ's got everything to lose, and Jake's got everything to gain. And look, I know boxing loves chaos. I mean, all combat sports love chaos, but this is a little. The more and more I think about this, the more and more I'm getting nervous, and I don't have any invested stake into this. I'm not even a stakeholder, guys. I'm just a fan, and I'm getting nervous about this. Why am I getting nervous about this? Look, I want to hear from you guys. Does Anthony Joshua have what it takes to get the job done against Jake Paul early, or does this turn into a much more uncomfortable fight than what's expected? Drop your takes and thoughts and comments below. If you guys enjoyed this, please smash the like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss a beat. Join us here on Duality 7X for more fight talk from the worlds of boxing, UFC, MMA, and WWE. Look, this has been a pleasure, guys. I can't wait to catch you guys on the next one. And by the way, the undercard to this fight is going to be absolutely fire. We'll talk a little bit about that as well too. So anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. 4 nights away, guys, and can't wait to watch this one. Have a good one, guys. We'll talk to you later.